Omo. Many men don't follow. Allah. It's not easy. I swear. Many men don't fall, so we just got to go out. If army is ready, if Nigeria is ready to fight them, they should call us back. We'll fight those idiots. But we don't have enough weapon, enough adequate weapon to fight them. So we can't just be wasting our life. We have families. Your talk is true. But without weapon, we are not a soldier. Weapon makes us to be a soldier. Let them provide the weapon and we fight the idiot out. But it's not that they will give me this and then they will come with something more than this times 3. Oh boy, I know. I have blood in myself, so blood runs through me. So we just have to go.
Moral crisis at its peak, at an unprecedented level, an all-time high, never before seen in the history of Nigeria. But it's not worthy to be reported. But the one that we didn't know about, Nick Robertson came and manufactured it and reported it on CNN. A very senior CNN correspondent, international correspondent. He doesn't cover Africa that much, but he was in Africa, he was in Nigeria, because they needed to keep Jonathan out.
Brought us to in this desert zone where there is nobody. See how they kill our fellow soldiers. See how they burn them inside Elon.
They are using us to make money.
Inside tanks.
They are using us to make money.
It's a lie.
This is the place they have. They take 40 barrels. They are using us to make money. Why? Are we not human beings?
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Buratai. As I'm making this video, I want to let you know that I'm highly disappointed in your command. You should call yourself a coward, a traitor, and a betrayer to the Nigerian as a whole.
And you see an African president doing well, watch out, they will come after him. They will never come after a president who is fighting for their own good and hating his people. But when a president in Africa, an African president begins to fight for the good of his people, that's when these forces will come after him. They will threaten him with military action. They will threaten him with media harassment. They will come with all kinds of stuff. Unfortunately, our own African population do not understand these things. So when they come with these things, we always agree with them and support them and allow them to use us against the ones who have come to save us. This is what they did in Nigeria. Look at the Buhari that we don't like under his regime. More people have died prematurely. More people have committed suicide. More blood has been shed in Nigeria. More people have become refugees in their own ancestral homeland. More farmers have lost their farmlands to foreign Fulani herdsmen. More death, more everything, more economic decadence, more corruption, more everything that is evil and bad. And this is the one that the foreign colonial powers are in love with. We became the third fastest growing economy under Jonathan within the shortest possible time. We even shot past South Africa. Nigeria was doing so well and was looking so good. Ebola came to Nigeria, we beat it hands down. How can they love such a man? It is the one that is here overseeing the death of Nigerians and the exodus of beautiful Nigerian brains who are now moving as refugees and becoming refugees in foreign lands. That's the one that the colonial powers love. How can you not see these things? How can you not know that these people don't mean well for us? Here are the videos of Nigerian soldiers going through hell. Whether you love them or you hate them, these are our brothers. And they send them there and they leave them with nothing and they kill them and they die. They have wives, they have children, they have relatives. CNN would not want to do that to protect. Imagine if CNN would put this in the news, BBC will put it in the news. At least the government will do something. They will not do it because they are in sync with the evil. They are part of our problem, a very integral part of our problem. Here are the videos. I won't tell you to enjoy, but I will tell you to just take note of what we are dealing with. May God bless you. and may He protect all of us. Amen.
That is not the time to cry. Look at me. That is not the time to cry. Good morning, sir. I'm standing here with Sector 2 Commander. The armed helicopter have just come over our head. The instruction I gave them, anything moving, they should engage it because most of my gun trucks are not moving. Like I said earlier, we are with the leading MRAPs, and the 3 battalions are fighting and deployed. Nobody is running. But what we have here, I will give you some estimates to guide your good decision, sir. Boko Haram has fired more than 100 mortar bombs at us. They have fired more than 80 to 100 RPGs at us. In addition to more than 8 to 10 gun trucks from every side since yesterday, we have not run, and the soldiers are not misbehaving or disobeying orders. We have casualties. I will come and see you in person on what we need to do, but we are not running. Neither is any soldier misbehaving or running. Sir, if you can look at that, that's one of our MRAP tire that is not run flat, that bullet tore. We have used more than 20 MRAP tires here. That's another one, sir. We have changed close to 250 e-loss tires due to the terrain. This is what we are facing in the Timbuktu Triangle, sir.
What Nigerian army have been doing us. See where they
Anytime.
From no angle, all they say captain. What was that? Is it captain for follow? Is it Fala here? Be Fala what? Empty hall. Nothing is inside this hall. He chased all the soldiers out. This is Zamfara. One brigade camp. He came in, chased all the soldiers out, that they should go and sleep outside, where there are reptiles. As you can see now, these are soldiers' load, which he evacuated from the hall.
I am wondering, I kept asking myself, why do we have to keep seeing these videos on social media and not on the mainstream media? Why is it that BBC and CNN cannot relocate to Nigeria at this point in time to expose the moral problem that is now ravaging the entirety of the Nigerian army on the battlefront? During the days of President Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria, sometime around 2011, when it was very obvious to even the unborn that Jonathan was making a lot of effort and was really beating Boko Haram hands down. During those days, CNN literally relocated to Nigeria. And what were they doing? They called some guys in uniform, soldiers, and were interviewing them and having them say things that made Jonathan's administration at that time look like it was the worst administration as far as soldiers' welfare was concerned.
He's telling a side of the war we never hear, what it's like to be a soldier fighting Boko Haram.
You're not issued the kits, you buy the kits yourself.
You have to buy the uniform and the kit yourself?
Yes, you buy them. I bought mine myself.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So Nick Robertson got this soldier here to say that they were the ones buying the kits by themselves, all in a bid to paint the Jonathan administration black and bad. They are not issuing us the kits. We buy the kits by ourselves. That's what a soldier who could not show his face was saying to CNN back then. He couldn't show his face. And look at him shaking his head. If you know about how mind control works, mind control is actually mainstream media, and mainstream media is mind control. Look at the way he's shaking his head. You can tell that he was told to do that so that he can get the viewers to feel pity for the soldiers and get angry with the administration. That's what Nick Robertson and CNN. Nick Robertson is a very senior international correspondent of CNN. And they sent him. And he was not the only one. BBC, Al Jazeera, all of them were back in Nigeria exposing different things. Things that didn't make sense to hamper the activity activities of the soldiers at the time, when we were actually winning the war. I want you to watch this very next clip so you understand better what these guys are doing to us.
There are thousands of troops stationed in this town, and there are many more stories like the soldiers we're talking to. His morale rock bottom. Things were about to get worse. The army won't pay for the drugs, even though you got your injury fighting Boko Haram.
They not paid for the drug.
We asked a senior government official about these shortcomings. He said that he would look into it. Why don't the generals see this morale problem and think about giving you better weapons to win the fight?
So there you have it. His morale rock bottom. And they will not pay for his medicine even though he was injured fighting Boko Haram. Look at the kind of trivial discrepancies that this man and his CNN were exposing and using that to paint Jonathan black. To say that Jonathan was incompetent. This was their proof that Jonathan was not a good commander-in-chief, that he was too weak to lead the war against the terrorists. This was their own proof. But look at today. The Nigerian soldiers are going through 1 trillion times more hell today at the battlefront than then. And they are no longer waiting for CNN or BBC or Al Jazeera to come and interview them. They are now actually making the videos by themselves and putting it out there for the world to see. And yet, the mainstream media will not pay attention and even report it. What does that tell you about the mainstream media? You see, that's why I get very angry. And my anger is not even towards them who already have their work cut out for them. They are already the agents of the wickedness that we've been dealing with in our African continent. These guys work with the colonial powers. I've said it countless times in my videos. When they divided the African continent in Berlin in the 1800s, what did they do? They knew they needed the media to keep the people inside the mind control slave camp that they've created for us. It's a mental slavery kind of stuff. We have a slave camp created in our minds, and they use the media to maintain and sustain it. The same thing they are doing to black Americans today. You're walking around thinking that you're free, but you are not really free. That's why they don't want any other opinion. Look at all the news channels that are beaming towards Africa. Nearly all of them, 99% of them, are left-wing news media organizations. Left-wing, all liberal media, CNN, Al Jazeera, all of these guys, they are liberal. Why can't we have a balanced opinion? No, you can't, because you are a slave. You are in a slave camp. They had to follow you up every day with CNN and BBC and the rest of them, so you can stay in line and never get out of the line. If it wasn't so, why would they remove a president who actually meant well for Nigeria and wanted things to be good? That's how you approach the kind of enemy we're dealing with. If Jonathan had been to Chatham House to go and sell his soul to the colonial powers, he would never have been any good. The reason he was so good was because he was an accidental president. The guy became president because his principal, Yar'Adua, died. Yar'Adua had said no to AFRICOM, okay? And Jonathan equally said no to AFRICOM and was marked for demolition. And that's why this next video that is coming is going to help you understand what is really going on. Why the Buhari who came after Jonathan is rather begging AFRICOM to come to Africa and establish the headquarters there. Since AFRICOM was set up, no African president had allowed them to bring this AFRICOM to Africa. But today you have a Buhari, a Nigerian president, asking AFRICOM to relocate their headquarters to Africa. That's why you need to pay attention to my next video coming up. We are in trouble. We need God and each other at this time. When you finish talking, my people will not listen. They're jumping. Everything CNN says, they grab it. Everything BBC says, oh, that is it. They work for the colonial powers. They work for the colonial powers. God says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. If you have ever followed anything out of Nigeria, be honest to yourself. Tell me the truth. How many videos from Nigerian soldiers have you seen? I'm going to line up about 2 or 3 or 4 of them now for you to watch, okay? After watching it, tell me why these videos are not on mainstream media. Tell me why these videos are not being reported on daily basis. Look at Guardian newspaper of Nigeria posted a video on their YouTube channel. The real caption of it is, Nigerian army faces morale crisis as 380 soldiers exit over loss of interest. Nick Robertson was trying to manipulate a soldier to talk about morale crisis that didn't exist at that time. The guy was trying to manufacture a moral crisis that was not even existing during that time within the Nigerian army. But now that we have the real morale crisis reported all over, they don't want to report it because they are manufacturers of fake news and the evil news to destroy and keep you and I in the plantation that the colonial masters have put us for so long now. Look at it here in front of me. Resignation in Nigerian army. Morale crisis has led 380 soldiers resigning, and I bet you they were talking about at that time. By now, if you check the number of soldiers who have left because of morale crisis, you're looking at probably thousands. Some of them even eloped. They took off and disappeared from the battlefront. Even one of them made a video of himself as he was running away.